Oh, my music stopped. Oh my god. Hi, oh my god, why was I looking over there? The camera's here. Hi everyone. Hello, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's chapter day. It's chapter day. It's chapter day. Before we begin any chapterings, I just saw Superman. I finally saw Superman in theaters. Everyone was begging me to see that movie. And I don't know if anyone cares. Oh yeah, I'm not wigged up because I got home and my hair was washed and clean, and I went, I guess I can wear my usual hair for today. Superman was good. It was good. But Lex Luthor was too bald. He was too bald. And the entire time I was watching that movie, I was really, really, really hoping that Superman would grab his bald head. I was thinking that's going to happen. Surely it's going to happen. He's going to grab his bald head. It never happened. And I was really disappointed about that. I was really, really disappointed about that. Grab a I was really distracted by it. The whole time I was super duper distracted by it. Because I was waiting for his bald head to be grabbed. Sorry, I've just realized my iPad background is off focus. What? There was one scene in it and it really cracked me up when the scene where Lex gets, sorry, spoilers. Well, it's been out for like what, 2 months, where like Lex gets caught and he's like, I hate you, to like Superman, and he's like, because you're not human or whatever the fuck, and Superman is like, I get up every day, I put my pants on and blah 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 blah. But it cuts to a scene, like the sun is like there behind him because directing, right? But then it cuts to Lex Luthor and it's like bright white behind him and his bald head is so fucking shiny. And he was making such a goofy face. I'm sorry, I could not stop laughing at it. Every time I saw Lex Luthor, I just whispered, bald. Like under my head, bald. Why is he bald? He was just a bit too bald for my liking. It was just too shiny. Anyway, I just want you guys to know that I saw it because everyone was begging me to watch it, so I finally watched it. If you're bald, by the way, I have nothing against you. Just don't be too bald, you know? Don't be like shiny bald. It's just too shiny. The shininess is too much. Sorry, I'm looking at the art that we got. Who's the little bitch in the witch hat? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's the witch bitch? Anyone know? I've never seen them before. Itchy the witch? I haven't seen him before. Sorry. Luffy obviously is there, as always. Anyway, I got distracted. Let me... Sorry, my iPad is flipping out. Give me a sec. Okay, she's figured it out. Oh god, I'm dying. Alright. Anyway, I'm sorry everyone. I'm sorry. I just wanted everyone... Why do I keep opening Disney Plus on accident? Family Guy. Okay. So, last chapter was a doozy. By a doozy, I mean I got to see Roger and Rayleigh and Shakky. Oh, fuck, I love those guys. And that was good fun. So now we're on 11:57 and there's a break this week, I've just seen. But you know what? These are big chapters and I think the break's warranted. Also, give me a sec. I've just realized something. Good. That upset me too much. I needed my sparkly lights. They keep me calm. They keep me composed. Okay. Let's read chapter 1157 because I have been waiting for this. I haven't run into any spoilers. I didn't see any spoilers. I didn't see anyone screaming at me about it, which makes me suspicious, but I'm glad. Okay, let us begin. Chapter 1157, Legendary Bar. Yamato's Golden Harvest, blah blah blah. He fought against Kaido to protect his village, but perished without leaving a body behind. Is that, oh my god, I forgot his name. That's not... I forgot Kiku's brother's name. Fuck. That's not Kiku's brother, is it? The West Blue guy? No? Sorry, Izzo. I forgot his name. It's not Izzo, is it? No? Did Izzo leave a body behind? Did he? Does anyone know? Who is this guy? I'm sorry, who fought Kaido in the village? That grave is Moria's. What? They're making snowman Kaido in the background. Oh, they are too! Ulti and page 1. Oh, they are so cute. They are so cute. Oh, I love them. Hang on, the girl from the raid is there. Who did she know? Surely we can connect this together. Okay. Well, I don't know. I can't guess. I'm sorry, but I'm sure we'll find out. I'm bad at guessing this kind of stuff. Legendary bar. Okay. Oh, it's a double page spread already. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, there's going to be a lot of names that I will not be able to pronounce. I can already feel it. M. Beazle International Charity Sanctuary. Yahoo, there. That's everything from the vault. They had a fortune in here. Good job. We've got the goods. Time to pull out, folks. Oh, Big Mom. No, wait. That money was all donated for the sake of hungry children. Liar. Why is it collecting dust in your vault then? Hey, Wang Z. Lower the lift one more time. We're still down the... Oh, so much whining. Hey, Shakky. Oh, right. I forgot about them. Boo. So long, suckers. Is that guy? Yeah, more for the rest of us, you fools. Curses. They know about the grift we're running. So Big Mom was right. The grift? It's a grift. She was right. Where are the soldiers? They're almost here. Make sure they don't escape. Yes, your holiness. That's... Wait. Okay, I have things to say about that, but we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. Yes, your holiness. Close the temple gates. Eek, iron bars. Are they trying to lock us in here? Out of the way, buckin. I'll smash them open. Hmm? Oh, I really like young Big Mom. I need to cosplay her. I feel like I have her face structure. You know what I mean? Not to like... Not like... I'm not saying I'm like that fucking pretty. But I think I have her face structure in a sense. I think I have her nose. You know what I mean? I think I could make a fantastic fucking young Big Mom. Gah! I need to cosplay a young Big Mom one day. Sorry, I just love her design. I am also that tall. It's true. I grow an inch every day. It is true. Wait, no, I grow 1 centimeter every day. I am indeed that tall. As my regular viewers know. Oh my god, another double page spread. What? The ground is sinking. Oh, is the ground sinking? No, it's an earthquake. Okay, that's gotta be Whitebeard. Oh, that was Whitebeard in there with Kaido. I saw his mustache and I thought those were horns and I was like, I don't know who the fuck that guy is. Thank you for the sub. I was like, I don't know who that guy is. I'll just let it be. It was Whitebeard. Okay. It was Edward. The ground sinking? No, it's an earthquake. He's doing this. New gate. Yeah, our temple. I'm jealous. Wish I had one of those. What, a fruit power? Take your time and choose wisely. It'll be with you for life. I've already got so much to say, but I'll hold it in. I'll hold it in. It'll be with you for life. That's a good point. Hey, who tried to bury me alive down there? Who's this fucking guy? It was you, Shakky! Oh, why, if it isn't my good friend Kyo, thank goodness you're alive. I was so worried. What kind of stupid games are you playing over there? Get the lead out, people. I'll kill you! That treasure better be safe. Kyo? I'm sorry, I don't remember some of these guys. I'm sorry, I just don't. I'm sorry. I'll kill you. That treasure better be safe. Of course, of course. Hey, Rox, look at the sea around us. Sorry, Shicky's rival. It's the Navy. We're surrounded. Vohaha, looks like we got trouble. Hey, no time for fighting amongst yourselves back there. We gotta hit the waves. It's the Navy. It's too soon. Were they tipped off? Belay that, don't hit the waves, hit the enemy. Sink them all and take their loot. Within just 2 years of their founding, the Rocks Pirates were responsible for 16 recorded raids, 76 sunken ships. But how many of those ships were marine ships? Is it really a sunken ship if it's a marine ship? Just saying. I'd like to know the numbers. 14 ports burned to the ground, 5 towns leveled, 1 kingdom brought to ruin. What was the kingdom? 3 special violations of Article 18 of World Law and 25 crimes that were completely covered up. Though the future king of the pirates, Gold D. Roger, also sailed the seas at this time, these few years of frenetic activity might as well be known as the Era of Rocks. Okay, so Rocks was a big man. He was a big, big man. Oh, I can't wait to see what happened to him then. Anishi New World, what do you want, Harold? Get lost. Unaffiliated countries are a lawless land in our eyes. The people who live in them have no rights. Oh. Oh. What the hell? Now hold on. Now, wait a minute. That's fucked up. Hang on, wait. I have to explain why that's fucked up. Because, there are unaffiliated countries. They are talking about world government countries, yes? When they say unaffiliated countries. They are, because, okay, hang on. Wait, before I read the rest of this, Greenbull does say that, but here's the thing. Wano wasn't a country that wanted to be part of the world government to begin with. However, we are now watching Elbaf, i.e. Harold, want to be part of the world government, but they are refusing to let Elbaf be part of it. And here's the thing, because Fishman and Fishman Island were included as well. They weren't allowed to be part of it either because they were fishermen. And I'm starting to see this effect here where it's like, if you're part of the world government, first of all, you have to pay a tax, which is a tribute that could make your country poor, right? To give to the Celestial Dragons. Second of all, they will just not let people into the world government just because they don't want to. And then they say, but you don't have any rights. Now I'm starting to see how the world government oppresses people because they are literally refusing acceptance of certain countries and by default certain races, right? And therefore they say you don't have any rights, even though these countries are trying to be part of the world government sometimes. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Anyway. But it's not proper. The world government doesn't make all the rules of the world. Let those people go. When Elbaf was suffering from famine, they brought us food and asked for nothing in return. They are our savior. They are our friends and saviors. Help us, King Harold. Also, yeah, he's fucking shaved his head. Whew. I hate that. I hate that. Now is the time to repay the debt we owe them. I will not back down from this. Listen, Harold, if you want to bring that up, Elbaf is still only a hopeful future member of the government. If you aid us, it might benefit you. But if you protect an unaffiliated nation, it will only decrease your chances of joining. You see how fucked up that is? Like, in their eyes, King Harold and Elbaf and Giants do not have rights. Like, they're just not living beings that they should care about. And now this fucker is saying, oh, but if you do want to join and you do want to have rights, you will do as I say and let me kill these innocent people. Oh. Man, that is just fucked up. But if you protect an unaffiliated nation, it will only decrease your chances of joining. Now clear the way, Harold. Oh, and he shot someone. None of these prisoners are people to us. I just fucking said I just said that shit, bitch. None of these prisoners are people to us. God. What was it that Robin said in Water 7? Like, when Annie's lobby was being destroyed, she said something like, you don't see people on a map or something. Like, it was something very gut-wrenching of like just the dissonance, right? That the world government and Marines have to like human beings because, well, they're not us, are they? Or they went against us. They're not people to us. Like, that's just fucked up. None of these prisoners are people to us. King Harold of Elbaf shows his true stripes. After feigning allegiance to the government, he sinks an innocent warship. World Economic Journal. Morgan! Oh my god, an innocent warship! Guys, it's an innocent little warship! It was just an innocent little warship. There was no one on it that was doing anything wrong. An innocent little warship. Harold was big and scary. This is pre-Morgan's, then World Economic Journal, I suppose. Whoever, like, I'm sure Morgan's took over. God, journalism. Nice to see, though, that this type of, like, you know, biased propaganda journalism existed before Morgan's, and Morgan's is just continuing it, I suppose. It was an innocent warship. Jesus. Why would he do this? Ida's bar, Elbaf. Vahaha, I told you that's what the government does. Come on, Harold, let's share drinks at the castle. Nonsense, I'm not allowing a man of such infamy into my country. Join me, Harold, you and your whole country. Stop being so stubborn and just give up. I can't stand to see you bowing and scraping to the government anymore. Why'd he shave? Oh my god, Lex Luthor era for real. Mark my words, Elbaf will be part of the world government one day. And do you think shaving your head, will make them see your contrition? What kind of culture did you get that from? Yes, Garp laughed at me too. Fuck that guy. Garp, you know how much he hates the brass he works for? He should just be a pirate already. And that's why he's a fucking coward. I'm sorry. Because he's fucking right. Why are you still working for those bums if you know that they're that fucking shitty, Garp? Like, oh, that old man pisses me off. Oh, Rox just gets better and better. Rox gets better and better. Wow. He's literally saying what I'm saying. Garp knows that these guys are fuckheads, and he's like, I'm still gonna work for them. If you are complicit, you are still part of it. Like, but I just don't understand. It's like Garp's fucking disconnection in his head is insane. Cause it's, well, I don't like them. I don't like my boss, but they're still my boss. Garp, motherfucker, you're still part of this system. Like, what do you not understand? I'm sorry, I hate this man. I hate this man. I am so excited for Dragon and Garp's like falling out that I know they had. I know they had a big fat fucking conversation about the Marines. I know they did. I know they did. I'm waiting for the day we finally get to see that, because as if Dragon left the Marines without saying anything to Garp. He definitely said shit to Garp before leaving. I trust Dragon. I am bouncing on Dragon crazy style. I know Dragon is for the people. He literally has to be, right? I know Dragon was like, Dad, this is fucked. The people we're working for is fucked. You are stubborn and you are fucked. Like, I know Dragon was saying that shit. Come on, man. Sorry. Anyway, I'm bouncing on a crazy style for Dragon. Crazy style for Dragon. I'm telling you. Anyway. Sorry. Rox is like up here for me now. He's on it. He's fucking on it. Anyway. Anyway, sorry, I'll keep reading. You should just be a pirate already. It's an organization. Some are miscreants, but as a whole, the Navy works hard to save lives on a daily basis. You fucking bootlicker. They've even begun to accept a number of recruits from Elbaf, starting with John Giant. My good friend John Giant is... What the fuck? Who is John Giant? My good friend John Smith. Oh my god. If only I could send more of our overly powerful warriors. I know their strength would go a long way toward helping the downtrodden. Oh, Harold, sending your fellas over to the Marines is not gonna help the downtrodden, man. They're just gonna use your fucking fellas to cause more genocides, my guy. Oh. This is an example that Harold he's a good guy. He's a good guy, but he's just, he just doesn't, you know, he's a bit blind. He's a bit naive. Like, he's a good guy, but like, I do not think giving the Navy that is under orders of the world government, right, more firepower with your people is going to help you. And I think we're about to see it backfire on him. I think we are going to see it backfire on him. Sounds like the last thing I want to face out there. Come on, Ida, talk him out of this. Well, if Harold were my son, I think I'd say, choose better friends. Oh, little Loki. Hey, that's not funny. Oh, the little... She's trying to give him a little drink. Oh. Man. Navy HQ. All a giant has to do is roll over in his sleep and he'll crush the human sleeping next to him. If they get angry and lose control, it could be life-threatening. How are we supposed to coexist with something like that? That's what the higher-ups said. So, speak for yourself. Ugh, isn't that a good thing for the Navy to have, though? I like how it says Garp, Luffy's grandfather. I didn't know that. Harold's an honest, well-meaning man. He wants to change Elbaf's history. Rumor says that Rox has been trying to win him over. If he joins their crew, even the Navy might not be able to stop them. I know, but still. Sheesh, I'm trapped between a rock and a hard place. The problem is, historically speaking, they've been a vicious people. Yeah, and I want them on our side, Kong. Yeah, that doesn't sit right, does it? They're all vicious. That doesn't sit right, does it? That doesn't sit right. Just bring Elbaf into the world government. You think that's up to me? I wish. Ooh. For the lead 42 years ago. Hey, did you see this? It's a scandal. The papers are saying that Yaku is not the captain of the Kuja pirates anymore. Oh, there she is. Wow. What? Does that mean our chances of running across her at sea are basically 0 now? This is devastating. I only went out to sea to be a pirate because I dreamed of being boarded by Yaku one day. We've been wasting the best years of our lives. Come back to us, Shakky. It's a valid crash out, you know? I think that's a bit of a valid crash out. I get it. I get it. It's pretty valid. Oh! What does Shakky think she's doing? Didn't she... Sorry, I got excited seeing Big Mom and Gloriosa. What does Shakky think she's doing? Didn't she quit because she wanted to chase after a man? Just like you did, Gloriosa. Even the island of women can't defeat love, it seems. Humph, I didn't expect you to understand the agony of true love with the way you crank out babies like popcorn. Remember when I made that tweet that was like, wow, I personally hope Nummy doesn't pop out babies. And now we have a written character saying, oh, the way you pop out babies. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy work. Oh my god. I deserve an apology. I deserve an apology from everyone. Everyone who got mad at me for that shit, which was weird to get mad about. I do see little baby Katakuri. He looks horrifying. He looks horrifying. Why the fuck does he look like that? Why is he posed up? Like, calm down. That's terrifying. He looks like a Labubu. Oh my god. I find it hard to believe that she's got love sickness though. If it's with Roger, I'll never forgive her. Oh, I feel bad for Gloriosa, man. Like, I feel bad for her because she liked Roger. And Roger didn't like her back. And then he died. Everyone always talks about Shakky this, Shakky that, but you've never had eyes for anyone but me, right, Newgate? I've never had eyes for you at all. What? But it's me, Miss Buchan. I could have any man in the world. So what's your problem? My problem is I want you. Damn, they're getting bitches. I mean, I already knew Roger and Whitebeard got bitches, but it's lovely to see it. My problem is I want you. Look out, people. We got big news. What's up? Also, Big Mom got bitches. They all got bitches. Look out, people. We got big news. What's up? The Kuja ship is by the shore. What? It was one of the most shocking days in the history of Pirate Island. Of all people, the untouchable idol herself, object of the world's desire, set foot into the lair of wild, untamed beasts. A goddess has stepped onto our soil. Thank you, Chitoma. I'll take it from here. Okay. So this is Pirate Island. I could die happy right now. Why is she here? There's no reason for someone like you to take one more step onto this filthy island. I can't see through her brilliance and my tears. Is she really here or am I dreaming? So Gorge, what a beaut, Purdy. Would you perhaps be looking to join the Rocks Pirates like Lady Gloriosa did? No, I want to live here for a little while. What? Yeah, what? She's got a suitcase and everything. I'm a pirate too, you know. I can quit the business, but the Navy's still after me, so I want to hide out here for a moment. Will you protect me? Of course we will. It smells here. We'll clean it up. I'd like to open my own business. We'll get it built right now, and we'll plant flowers. Yo, 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 what's all the ruckus? Bunch of numbskulls are loitering about and causing a scene. It's the Rocks Pirates. Oh no. Please, sirs, don't be angry. This was all our idea. Huh? Just don't kick her off the island. Sorry, this is cracking me up. This was the famed establishment of the pirate island Fullerled. What the hell is this? Shakky's rip-off bar, noted for its month-long waiting list. I'm so glad you came. Welcome, you're my very first customer. Won't you stop in and have a drink? There's an angel among us. Rox is going awooga over Shakky too. This lone peony blooming amid the blasted wasteland brought beauty and comfort to the island. In time, she would become an irreplaceable treasure to the pirates who made this island their home. Sorry. And what is treasure if not something that can be stolen? Oh, I can't get it open. Will help. Ah, this bar smells nice. Hall of Power, Sacred Mary Joie. Give Harold this ultimatum then. If you warriors of Elbaf meet the following requirement, you will be allowed to join the world government. Kill Rox. I cannot fathom why Shakky did that. Like, at all. I can't. I mean, look, as you guys know, I don't care about that other side of the fandom, but I just remember when Roger went awooga over Shakky, people were going, buh, 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 because they were mad about that, but now Rox is doing it too. So, like, what did people get upset about that as well? Like, what are they getting upset about? And Whitebeard too. Like, what are they mad about? God. Because why? Because, hang on, wait, so when I say a character has homosexual tendencies, it's boo, boo, boo. But when a character that is a man is openly attracted to a woman, that's also boo, boo, boo. Can we pick a fucking side? Can we please pick a fucking side? What do you want? So they can't be gay, but they also can't be openly attracted to women. Can someone tell me what are the rules here? I don't know what the rules are. I just don't know what the rules are right now. Bro, I'm lost. I'm just lost. Such an upscale. I just don't know what to do anymore. How dare people like women? How dare they? Anyway, I will say I was hoping to see Big Mum among them and making hard eyes. She is not. But she doesn't seem to be part of the pack. So there is still hope. There is still hope. There is still hope. Yeah, I'm thinking, is she doing this because Rayleigh? But why? I'm just not sure. I can't say I understand what's happening here. For all I know, Shakky has a master plan, right? To do something that isn't related to Rayleigh. You know? Like, for all I know, she's got something that she's trying here. Yeah, I would also... That's why I was thinking, I don't think this is a Rayleigh thing. And the reason I don't think it's a Rayleigh thing is because why on Fullerled? Why would she not just chase after Rayleigh? Right? Why quit being a captain and go to Fullerled and open a bar? I don't think that has something to do with Rayleigh. Yeah, but why open up? She wants to open a business? Like, why stop being a captain and then open a business on Fullerled? I feel like there's definitely something more than Rayleigh happening here. But I don't know what. I was thinking, is it related to Boa? Because I'm trying to think in my head. Yeah, Boa's not born yet. But that text, in time she would become an irreplaceable treasure to the pirates who made this island their home. And what is treasure if not something that can be stolen? I don't like that line. Like, I don't like what that insinuates, I must say. I also do think it's related to slavery. I do think that Tsubaki. That's why that line scared me. Because I am worried that in a similar way, Hancock got kidnapped and turned into a slave, that maybe something similar or nearly similar happened to Shakky. Like, I'm just not sure. I just don't know. It's a callback to chapter 1096, the convo between Garp and Kong. Hang on. Let me double check that. The convo between Garp and Kong. Do you remember what page that was? Yeah, I was going to say, so now I know why Shakky has a bar in the present. But why she first opened the bar to begin with is a mystery. We're not certain yet, but we can't afford to take chances. That was treasure from Pirate Island. Of course they'll come back to get it. What? Am I stupid? Sorry? How does that relate? I can tell you, please, Garb, just go. We're not certain yet, but we can't afford to take chances. Oh, is this the Celestial Dragon little field trip? I want you not to mess with Fuller Lead, but who listens to me? That was treasure from Pirate Island. Of course they'll come back to get it. Who leaked that information? Oh! Hang on, so... Okay. It's a kidnapping. Okay. But see, that's another interesting thing, right? Shakky wouldn't take that lying down, you know? Like, she wouldn't take that just lying down, so I'm sure it's going to be more complicated than that. Mel, did you realize that in the last chapter new... No. And, I don't want to think about that. Anyway, who nabbed her? Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, Shakky is a very, very, very capable pirate. So her just getting kidnapped does not sound normal to me. Like, that doesn't sound like that would just happen. You know what I mean? So I feel like more happened there, which is why I'm like, I don't want to say she got kidnapped because I feel like there was more to it than that. And why open a bar? Look, this is why I'm like, for all I fucking know, Shakky once wanted to be kidnapped because she wanted information on shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't, I can't even imagine what the fuck is happening here. Like, I just can't guess. I'm really trying. I just know. All I know is Shakky is an incredibly capable pirate, and she definitely wouldn't just be kidnapped. Because she wasn't like Boa. Because Boa Hancock obviously was like, what, 10 or something? She was very young when she was kidnapped. But Shakky is a full-fledged, known, powerful pirate. There's no way she just got kidnapped. It sounds... Or if she did get kidnapped. Because I'm saying if she did, I'm still not 100% sure if she did get kidnapped. Because to me, it's like... When we found out how Roger got taken by the world government and he willingly gave himself up, right? Or how Kaido got captured and then we found out, oh, he was willingly getting captured. Like, I don't know. It doesn't sound to me like Shakky that just happened to her. The bar could be her dream or...
Melway found the line Robin said, people can't be seen on a map. Without any emotion, they're just erasing one small island from the world map. That's what a buster call is.
Where was that? Who said that? I can't see the comment. Sorry, I can't see the comment, but No, I mean, I can't see where that person commented that. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why I couldn't see that. People can't be seen on the map without any emotion. They're just erasing one small island from the world map. That's what a buster call is. Yeah, that. Thank you. That's what I was remembering. Thank you. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't see that. Helen of Troy character, and I'm calling this goon piece. Goon piece. I mean, hasn't it always been goon piece? Come on, guys. Anyway. Bahuba Wooba. But, anyway, what I'm thinking with Shakky here is it's like, it's just, something's not adding up, which is why it's like, I'm waiting to see, like, what is happening here. Because Shakky just opening a bar on Fuller Lead, it's like, I'm sure there's something more to this than just opening a bar, right? I'm sure we're going to find out there's a reason for this. Also, Shakky obviously currently is alive and well. We know this. She's alive and well. She also actively helped Hancock and her sisters get out from slavery too, with Gloriosa in the current day. So something, that's why it's like she's incredibly capable, so something just doesn't add up. Something simply doesn't add up. I do think she's trying to get money for something. That does make sense. It does feel like she's trying to get money for a reason. I just can't figure out what. I don't know, but I do agree. I don't think this is Rayleigh based. I don't think she's doing this for Rayleigh. I think that might have been a red herring when Gloriosa said, is it because she got love crazy? I think there's more to it than that, because why would she open up a bar full of lead for Rayleigh? Like, that, to me, currently that doesn't make sense. But again, if she wanted to do, like, if she wanted Rayleigh, why would she quit being a captain and then go somewhere where he's not? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't know. I can't. I just, there's not enough information. There's not enough information. Opening a bar to woo an alcoholic. We don't know if he's an alcoholic yet. I have not seen him pick up a drink yet. Well, apart from, I think, the first time Roger recruited him. Gloriosa dismisses the idea. That's true, she does, doesn't she? Yeah. Also, there's no telling if she is lovesick for Rayleigh in this moment as well. Because it's very possible that she becomes lovesick for Rayleigh at a different point, right? For all we know right now, she doesn't have a love sickness. Because remember, when Hancock first met Luffy, she didn't give a fuck about him. She didn't care at all about him. So it's very possible that currently in this moment, she doesn't have any kind of love sickness. And that might come about later. Yeah, I just don't know. But I love that Shakky has become important, at least. But I'm sure this is going to be a twist. I'm sure this is going to be a twist because, as always, Oda is not revealing his whole hand. He's given us a surface level, like, entry point of this flashback of Shakky right now. And I'm sure there's going to be something else that we are not being told that's going to make us go, oh. At least that's what I'm expecting. Because, again, it currently doesn't add up. But we'll see. Also, I love her suitcase. I love her suitcase. No, Big Mom talks about her getting Shakky getting love sickness, and Gloriosa says, but I find that hard to believe. And Gloriosa knew Shakky when Rayleigh was around, which is why I'm thinking at this point in time, Shakky doesn't have a love sickness yet. She's actually planning something. But that's the thing, I don't believe she's chilling out. I don't think she's chilling out. I think she's up to something. I love her apron, Shakky. Look, if Gloriosa is saying, I find it hard to believe, I'm gonna believe her. Because there's like a thing of these Amazon Lily girls having good intuition. Remember when Shakky was the one who figured out that Boa or Hancock was hiding Luffy? Because she was like, well, if Luffy got sent to Amazon Lily, then perhaps Hancock got a little crush on him. And Rayleigh was like, that's how Rayleigh found out Luffy was an Amazon Lily. And Rayleigh was like, that's fucking crazy that she knew that. She just guessed that and she was right. So if Gloriosa is saying, I find it hard to believe that she got love sickness, I think currently I'm going to believe her. Because I think she has a good intuition. We know you love people who smoke, wear aprons, and kick to fight. And also open, like, bars and serve people. I can't talk about that, though, guys. For some reason, that comparison really upsets some people. I don't know why. I don't know why. Even though it's, like half-hearted, a joke comparison. It's genuinely, I'm not serious about the Shakky Sanji comparisons. I need people to know that. But even when I say it as a joke, people are like, they get mad. And it's like, chill. I'm not that serious about it. It's just funny that there's like 3 different things that Shakky and Sanji have in common. Like, that's funny. It's arguably funny, right? I'm sorry. Also, her with her little suitcase. Like, I do not believe that Oda is writing Shakky to be a woman Sanji. I do not believe that. It's just funny that for some reason there are similarities. That's just funny. Like, It's nothing I actually think is real. I just think it's funny. That's true. The Boa sisters were Gorgon mythology. So Shakky being Helen of Troy. Because Greek mythology connections. Well, I wonder if Oda's going to twist it then. Because as we know, when Oda takes reference or takes inspiration from real life, like, mythologies, right? Real life mythologies, from mythologies that we have in our world, he twists them. Like, he's done that with Loki, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? He's doing that point blank with Elbaf. So if this is a Helen of Troy reference, I'm excited to see how he's going to twist it, personally, because he always does that. He never one-to-ones mythology, like real life mythology, with his own story. He doesn't do that. He will always twist it. Which is why every time people use mythology to try and guess things in One Piece, I always say careful, because he's not going to one-to-one it. He never one-to-one mythology. He just takes inspiration from it, but he doesn't actually copy the whole story. I'm not sure. Anyway, sorry. So there were other things I wanted to talk about in this chapter. Harold is clearly a chill guy. He's just incredibly naive, which I remember thinking, I think I had that idea when the God Knights, the Holy Knights, first mentioned Harold and Harold's grave, and they laughed about it. And I remember that was when I first started thinking, maybe Harold's not a bad guy. Maybe he wanted to do the right thing, but he didn't manage to because he was trusting the wrong people. Because Harold sending giants to the Marines is red flags. That's huge red flags, honestly. And the reason that's red flags is because the Marines don't even see them as people yet. The Marines are literally saying, oh, well, their bloodlines and their history say they're violent. And it's like, what a horrible, horrible thing to say about a whole race, right? To just say, oh, they're all violent. What if they go out of control? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, they're talking about them like they're animals, guys. Like, literal animals, right? And it's like, Harold is literally feeding into a system that doesn't respect him right now, you know? Which is why it's like, what Harold is doing, I understand. I get why he wants to be in the world government now, because he wants his people to have rights. Because unfortunately, the world government is the only place you can get rights in this world, you know? But this is not a system that is ever going to really help him. And we are seeing that. So him sending off his giants as unfortunate trading tools, that's honestly what I have to say about that, is not good. I don't think that's good. I think that's incredibly naive on his part. And I think we are going to see that backfire. Because clearly someone has set Harold up in the future and has caused a bigger, like, strife in Elbaf with his own sons. So, clearly something is wrong here, and I feel like he was warned on every turn with this is probably not what you should be doing. But we'll see. It's just, the world government is clearly a losing game. It is so clearly a losing game. We see it again and again and again and again and again and again in One Piece, that every time a character actually wants to help their country and actually wants to do something for their country, they literally have to go around the world government, or they have to go against the world government, or they have to do more than just try and cater to the world government. Because Otohime and Fisher Tiger were an example of that. While Otohime understood the world government is something that they should try to be a part of just to get rights, Fisher Tiger thought, but that's just not enough. We need to be more, like, pushy about it. We actually need to show that we are allowed to exist with or without them, right? And I love that whole Fishman Island backstory, because I like how Jinbei said, I don't know who was right. Jinbei openly said, I don't know who was right, For all I know, both of their methods were wrong, but they were both aiming for the same thing, which is fishmen to just see the surface and to just be seen as a race with rights, basically, just to be respected, right? But it's just, we always see that the world government trying to cater to it or trying to join it or just do anything with it, it's a losing game, because the world government is a system that will take advantage of you no matter what, right? They will take full advantage of you. And it feels like they're taking advantage of Harold, because Harold is now becoming so desperate to join the world government that he's like, oh, I'm going to send them people. I'm going to send them giants and I'm going to do things for them. And we know the world government wants giants in their military, in their power. We know that. And it feels like they're literally squeezing Harold dry to make him desperate so he does give them their firepower. But that's clearly a mistake, right? That's a mistake. We know that if the giants basically handed over to the world government and the Marines, because again the Marines work for the world government, that's going to be a problem, right? Which is why I'm reading this and I'm like, this isn't ending well. And remember, which Holy Knight said it? I think it was I forgot his name. Somers. He was like, if Harold hadn't fucked up, they'd be part of the world government by now. So they clearly want them in the world government, but they're just not allowing it. And I think it's because they're trying to make Harold desperate, and they're trying to make him desperate so they just get giant firepower without a fight, right? Without any negotiation. They just get to take control of Elbaf. And I am wondering what's going to happen with Harold, because it's either he woke up to the truth and he realized that Elbaf will not do any good in the world government, or someone took control of him. Maybe it's both, honestly. Maybe he woke up and Imu said, no, you're gone. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. And now a forceful separation of Elbaf has happened because Loki has been blamed. I just don't know. But all I know is all this shit that Harold... Here's the funniest part. All the shit Harold's saying about the world government, we know in real time that backfired on him. We literally know in current One Piece time that backfired on him. Trusting the world government, wanting to be within the world government, we know that backfired on him because he's fucking dead. Because he's dead, and because Somers was saying shit like he was gonna join the world government, but he was an idiot and he did something. So they're clearly spiteful, right? Of the fact that he turned around and decided to apparently not join the world government. So, like, there's clearly a problem here. And the reason when I say world government, I also mention Marines, is because, guys, I keep having to remind you, the Marines fucking work for the world government. They are the same system. The Marines and the world government are the same system. I don't know why I have to keep reminding people of this. They literally work for the world government. When Buster Calls are happening, who are the ones acting the Buster Calls out? Who was there at Ohara taking out Ohara? Was that the fucking world government? Or was that the Marines? That was Akainu, that was Kuzan, that was even Saul beforehand, because he was originally part of the Marines and he said, no, this is fucked. The Marines literally obey the world government. Sword is part of the Marines. Sword is not a separate entity from the Marines. They are still the Marines. And you know why I know this? Because they all wear justice on their backs. If they wear the uniform and if they wear that justice symbol, they are part of the Marines. I don't know how many times I have to say this. The Marines are the part of the exact same system as the world government. Why is this something that people can't comprehend? I don't know why people are trying to separate the two to this extent, because it's not that separate. That's why Garp is such a hypocrite. Do we understand? This is why Garp is a huge old hypocrite, because he's saying, I don't like these guys, but he's directly working for them. He is working within the exact same system that he claims to not like. And he's basically purposefully oblivious to it, right? So it's like, I'm not sure why there's this weird, huge separation of the Marines and the world government among some fans, when the Marines work for the world government. They are quite literally dogs of the world government. That's the point of the Marines. The Marines are the world government's firepower. They are their military, right? That's the kind of the point, like, of the Marines, which is why when I say this, like, Harold is sending giants to the Marines, and I talk about world government, because he's directly giving the world government firepower. By giving stuff to the Marines, you are giving the world government firepower, because the Marines work for the world government. So what's happening here is Harold is basically trying to get into the good books of the world government, right? And by doing that, he's pushing some giants into the Marines by giving the world government firepower. But of course, this is going to backfire on him. It's not going to be good for him, because we literally saw that he died. He got killed, and I think Loki got framed for it, probably because he decided to back out of going into the world government, as Sommers insinuated. So, like, the reason when I talk about Harold with the Marine Giants, it's because, yes, he's still contributing to the world government system that hate him. They don't like him. They just want his power. Yeah? That's all they want. They want the giants to be dogs to them. They want them to be obedient to them. And it seems to me that they are quite literally making Harold desperate and bleeding Harold dry. But it makes sense, right? It makes sense that Harold wants to be part of this system because he wants rights. He thinks to be part of the world government, he'll give Elbaf an upper hand, and he'll give Elbaf rights, because the world government don't see people as people, right? They don't see people as people unless they're part of the world government, which is horrible. That's just horrible, you know? Anyway, that's what I have to say about that, and that's why I'm watching Harold make these decisions, and it's frustrating. It's frustrating because he's literally giving into a system that will never respect him and will only want to use him. And that's why it's incredibly frustrating. What I was going to say beforehand was, I really like Rox's crew. I really, really like Rox's crew. They are just rapscallions, right? They're just a band of rapscallions. And they have, like, this love-hate relationship between each other, but I like seeing it. I like that there are clearly some characters within this group that do care about each other, and there are others that kind of don't give a shit either way. But, like, just seeing Whitebeard talk to Kaido and saying, take your time and choose, it'll be with you for life, right? And it's like, that's just cute. That is just a cute, like, scene, you know? That's just cute to me. To see these characters interact in this way, and to see Big Mom falling through the floor yelling "Nugate!" Like, it's just funny. I'm really enjoying their interactions. But what I was gonna say, and what was making me crack the fuck up, is when they found out that the money being donated for the sake of hungry children was actually a scam, right? It was actually a scam. And then they call this guy Your Holiness, and then I zoom in on the building that they are robbing, and there are crosses on the building. And oh boy, I could sure say something about that, couldn't I? I could sure say something about that, right? M. Beazle International Charity Sanctuary. Just the facade of holiness to help people with a charity, but really what they're doing is robbing people, right? It's just, it's so obvious. Like this kind of commentary. Embezzle, yeah. Right? It's just quite clear what's happening. They're like, oh, but how can we be the bad guys? We're the holy ones, right? And then it's like Big Mom is straight up saying, no, you're running a scheme. And they went, fuck, she got me. Because guys, I can tell you this right now. When I look in this world and I see, I'll say big buildings that fall under a category of holiness, let's say, and they're huge buildings and they make tons of money, but for some reason those big buildings do not actually do much for the less fortunate and do not do much for the poor or the hungry. They don't open their doors to them and let them like sleep in there or let them take shelter in there to the extent that they should, right? I'm like, there's something wrong here, right? Like, there's something wrong about this image that I'm seeing. So seeing, like, watching this and seeing Big Mom going, no, you're running a scam. I'm taking this money that you are clearly hoarding and you're not donating. It's like, I'm sorry. It's just, it's so obvious. It's just so obvious. But what I was going to say is it's happening again where so many people thought, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Big Mom's a good person, she's not. Kaido's not a good person, etc., 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 etc. But the same thing is happening where when Roger was first introduced, everyone thought he was probably a bad guy. So many people thought he was awful, he was the devil, because for God's sake, they were chasing down Ace in the womb. They wanted to kill Ace in the womb, bitch. That's how much they hated this man's bloodline, right? So, a lot of people back in the day thought Roger genuinely was this horrible. They thought Roger genuinely was a devil, and they thought he did do horrible things. People still argue that, by the way. They still argue that Roger was probably that bad. But then we get Roger's actual backstory, and then we get Roger's actual, like, showing of a person, and turns out he refused to rob from people who were just civilians. Because Odin takes from civilians and he didn't pay for it, and I think someone yells, I think it was Gaban yells, if the captain knows you stole from like the common person, you're going to get punished, right? Like, there was literally a showing that Roger actually was not a devil by any means. He was just labeled one because he was the Pirate King and he pushed for this new era of freedom. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Roger was the perfect guy. Yes, he had a torturer on his crew, right? But when I look between Roger, who is the so-called devil, and then I look between, let's say, the Marines, who are the so-called good guys, and I see the Marines, the so-called good guys in the history books of One Piece, right? Genociding islands, correct? That's when I go, okay, there's clearly something happening here, because Roger was definitely not on the level of taking out full islands and innocent people. The most that we knew he did was take out other pirate crews, which, by the way, Shanks has done, was take out other pirate crews and take out marine bases. First of all, Shanks has taken out other pirate crews. So has Luffy, for that matter, when he fights other pirate crews, such as like Crocodile's crew or Doffy's crew. And Luffy has also taken out marine bases. So when you like compare like what someone as Roger has done to Luffy, suddenly you realize, no, Roger actually wasn't the devil that people say he is. We are literally seeing that he was not the devil that the world government and the Marines say he is. He was quite literally just a guy. And now it seems like the same thing is happening with Rox, which is why I was so hesitant to believe that Rox was evil. right? I was incredibly hesitant to believe that. But don't get me wrong, there were so many things building up against it, which, oh, Garp and Roger had to take out Rox, and Blackbeard is Rox's son. Like, that does make it sound like, okay, I suppose Rox is that bad. But now we know that Imu can control people and turn them into devils. Now we know that Rox would make actual friends with people. He did actually seem to care about people, and now even here, he's robbing from a place that is a fucking charity scheme. Right? Like, we haven't watched him currently do one horrendous, horrific thing. The only thing we've seen is him beating up Loki, but I suspect that there's more to it than that, because I suspect it's Loki wanted to follow Rox to the ocean. That would have killed Loki. Loki is Harold's son. Rox doesn't want Harold's son to die on his account just because he's trying to follow him. So Rox took extreme measures to stop Loki from following him and respecting him. I think that's what has happened, right? I feel like there's a lot more to Rox than, like, to what happened with Rox and Loki than, oh, he just stabbed him. Like, I don't think Rox just beat up a child. Nothing here that we are seeing about Rox indicates that he would just beat up a child because he wants to beat up a child, right? The only time he beat Loki was when he just kicked him, because he was like, hey, you're the king's son, right? If I kick you, the king will appear. And then he became friends with the king, and then he never hurt Loki again, right? So, hit a luck shooting chopper, I do think it's similar to that, yeah. So, there is nothing currently indicating that Rox is this horrific, horrendous guy. There's literally nothing indicating that right now, which is why when it comes to God Valley, when it comes to Roger and Garp, I have my suspicions that Roger and Rox were actually friends. I think Roger and Rox chilled with each other. I think they fucked with each other, right? Because when I reread God Valley, Roger was saying, hey, Rox, wait up. And Rox was saying, I don't have time for you, Roger. It sounded like Roger and Rox had a pretty friendly relationship. Because when people said, oh, Roger didn't like Rox, I was trying to find where that was said. That was never said. There is no indication that Roger felt either which way about Rox. All we have is that one God Valley flashback where we don't even see them together, right? So I think Roger and Rox, like, actually got along, right? And I think they might have been friends or even frenemies to an extent. But I don't think Rox and Roger were at extreme odds with each other to, like, a crazy extent. And I think what's happened is Rox basically got taken over on God Valley. I think because Imu can literally take over people, right? Imu can literally control people. So I think what has happened is Rox got taken over and Roger had to stop and probably kill his own friend, right? Which is horrendous and horrific, because I am so fucking suspicious on the fact that Garp is not revealing the truth of that day. He's not actually said anything. Sengoku was like, oh, he doesn't like to talk about it because of whatever. I don't trust that shit. I don't trust that shit. Garp is zipped up. And Sengoku said, this is why he zipped up. I don't believe that. I don't believe word of mouth from someone who wasn't actually there, right? I don't believe that. So I think there is a really big, fat, juicy reason for why Garp is not saying anything about what happened on God Valley, because I think he saw some shit, and I think Dragon was there too. I think Dragon and Garp were there, and I think Dragon saw shit that made him go, this can't keep going. I can't be in the Marines anymore. Whatever we are supporting here, I can't be part of. I'm going to run off and join the Revolutionary Army. Because for those who don't know my theory on this, my theory is basically Garp and Dragon were both at God Valley because Dragon would have been old enough to be in the Marines at that time. Garp and Dragon saw the same thing. Dragon said, no, this is horrific and horrendous. I can't be part of the Marines. This isn't justice. I'm going to go join the Revolutionary Army. But Garp, on the other hand, is stubborn and he wants to believe in the Marines. and he wants to believe that even though the Marines are actively participating in this kind of shit and taking orders with this kind of stuff, he wants to believe that the Marines can be good, which is why he's still here trying to make good Marines, trying to raise Marines like Kobe, because I think everything Garp is doing is he's trying to prove a point to Dragon. I think that's what Garp is up to. I think Garp is upset at his own son for quitting the Marines, and I think Garp is really trying to prove a point to Dragon, going, see, the Marines can be justice. But the funniest part, of course, is Garp has had other proteges like Kuzan, and Kuzan saw the misjustices in the Marines and tried to do something, but Akane didn't want to hear it, and Kuzan left because he had no choice in the matter as well, right? Don't get me wrong, he joined Blackbeard, not saying that's a correct move, but Kuzan, like Dragon, left the Marines, and Kuzan literally said to Garp, how funny that you keep raising enemies, right? He basically said to Garp, isn't it interesting that you just keep like creating like new like people, new proteges that end up turning against you? And Kuzan has a point. Garp is insanely stubborn. He's insanely stubborn, which is why when I look at Kobe, I think Kobe is going to make or break Garp, right? I think he's truly going to make or break Garp. I think currently Kobe has been a little bit brainwashed because Kobe does seem to think that the One Piece would be better off in the world government's hands. That's a fucking if I've ever fucking heard it. So Kobe, I do not believe, is on the right side of history, because if Kobe said, sorry Luffy, I have to stop your dreams from coming true, that's fucked. Because Luffy is the only reason Kobe is even where he is, right? So I honestly do think that Kobe is a little bit oblivious right now. I think he is like Garp and wants to believe there's good in the Marines, even though he's actively seeing that the Marines are kind of horrible. I think he is like Garp, and I think he is trying to see some good in it, but there's a problem, obviously, right? There's a huge problem, and I've always said I think the biggest standoff will be between Luffy and Kobe, because Kobe has to make the decision of, is this world better off with Luffy in it? That is the decision Kobe is making. You have to remember, we have to remember, the system that Kobe is currently in is against Luffy. That is what the Marines are. The Marines are currently against pirates and people like Luffy. So the biggest standoff to me will be Luffy and Kobe, because Kobe has to make the decision of, is the world better off with or without Monkey D. Luffy? You and I both know the answer to that, and I think that is going to make Kobe pause and realize something needs to be changed. And I think Kobe possibly making that switch, or I'm not saying Kobe will quit the Marines, but I do believe Kobe can definitely be the person to rip that justice jacket off his back. Because the issue I have with the Marines is the fact they wear justice on their backs. That's the problem. The problem is they believe everything they do is justice, including genociding an entire island and killing everyone, including children. Right? You cannot be doing that shit while having the word justice on your backs. So what I think will happen is Kobe can rebuild the Marines from the ground up to actually be for the people and to not be a world government dog, right? To not be a world government military might. I do believe a future scene in One Piece is going to be some Marine, just a Marine. I do want it to be Kobe ripping that justice like name off their backs, because I think that will be a huge statement, right? For what the Marines have been doing and what they refuse to see that they're doing. Because in the way that way, Kobe obviously can stand for something that he believes in, that isn't just the Marines' justice. It's what he believes is the right thing. And that's what Luffy's doing every day, by the way. Luffy is literally doing what he believes is the correct thing for him every day. Luffy doesn't work for any kind of organization. He doesn't work for any kind of system. He's only doing what he believes is right. And that's why Luffy is such an inspiration. Because he doesn't even claim what he's doing is right, by the way, to people. Fishman Island was huge for that. Fishman Island, Luffy said, you can decide if you want to side with us or not. Luffy doesn't tell people, I'm the good guy. That's the issue with the Marines. The Marines tell people, I'm the good guy. And immediately that's alarm bells, right? So I truly do believe that Garp is a stubborn old fool. And I do believe that Kobe is going to make or break Garp's ideals, because I think Kobe is Garp's last hurrah, basically, to try and fix what is clearly broken with the Marines. And I think Kobe may make Garp wake up and realize, you know, we've got to do more than this. We can't just we can't just like follow along with the system while also saying, I don't like the system, you know? Something more has to be done. But anyway, it's this is why Luffy has the whole I don't like heroes, I don't want to be a hero spiel, because Luffy refuses to see himself as a hero for the sole reason that that means everything he does now must inherently be justice. If you are a hero, what you do must be justice, which is why it is so funny that Garp is the hero of the Marines while Luffy is literally an anti-hero. He refuses to be that, right? So I am personally really excited to see where that goes. But the reason I talked about all of this is because it's all propaganda, right? It's all propaganda. So what I'm saying is Rox originally, people thought he was the evil, most dastardly, yucky man to ever exist. I'm not seeing that. I haven't seen that at all. And I think this is another example of misinformation's a killer. The twisting of history is a killer. Hiding history and hiding information is a killer, because people will assume the worst. People will assume people are villains or, you know, just horrible monsters and devils when they have been twisted to be that. And Rox even says that to Harold. He even says, I told you this is what they do. Right? Rox is even saying that. He's basically saying to Harold, you can do any good thing, but you will be twisted into the villain of the story, because what you did that you believe was good is not beneficial to the big men upstairs, right? To the higher ups. So, like, I just can't see Rox being a huge, horrible monster at this point. And now I'm starting to push more and more, starting to believe more and more that Blackbeard is trying to do what he thinks Rox wanted to do, but Blackbeard believes Rox was too soft.
Howdy do, boys.
Hello. I think I'm starting to believe that theory more and more, that Blackbeard thought Rox didn't do a good enough job, that Rox was too soft and that Rox was too sweet, and that Rox needed to be harder and harsher. Because I currently do not see a man like Blackbeard in Rox, right? I don't see Rox taking slaves. I don't see Rox even wanting slaves. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't see that. So, I think Blackbeard thinks Rox was too soft. Coming from a militaristic society, I see the people who idolize the system, who think they can be better, and the bad people are just bad eggs. And also I see former soldiers who work to fix the damage they've done by documenting the crimes and breaking the silence. One Piece depiction of the Marines is very accurate on portraying the ideals of the oppressors. That former soldiers who work to fix the damage they've done by documenting the crimes and breaking the silence, that is so important, actually. That is really true. Because that's Saul. That's Saul, right? Saul was a soldier. Saul was a Marine. He was quite high up, and he realized what we're doing is horrible and wrong. I can't be part of this anymore. And he desperately tried to save parts of O'Hara. He managed to save Robin, and thank God. That's why I do believe Saul is still around, because Saul is not only someone that Robin desperately deserved to see, but Saul is quite literally like existing as the Marines are not standing for any kind of real good. They're mostly standing on orders and a false narrative of justice that they believe is justice, right? So that is such a good point of soldiers realizing that they've done some kind of damage. And that's why I look at Garp and I just see a hypocrite, because I know Garp knows damage is being done. I know he knows, and he's just turning a blind eye to it and thinking, I can fix this by doing this. Right? Or I can fix this by saying, well, I don't like them, but you still work under them. You're still contributing to this system, right? Like, because I'll be honest, I like Smoker, but Smoker's a little bit similar. But Smoker at least, like, is actively speaking out about how much he fucking hates it here. Like, Smoker's the first one we saw watch his ideals in real time crumble. And then when they said to him, mate, you gotta take the medal for Alabaster, he went, what the fuck? Tell them to shove it. He said, tell them to shove it. I don't fuck with that shit. And on Punk Hazard, he did it again. He fought a fellow Marine, I'd say. I mean, it was Virgo. But then he refused to let any of these pirates, Luffy or the Straw Hats or anyone, like, be taken or be imprisoned. Smoker deserves, like, I don't know what's going to happen with Smoker, because Smoker, I do think, shouldn't be in the Marines anymore. I don't think Smoker should be in the Marines anymore. What I think Smoker is doing is, I think Smoker wants to do good, and he thinks the only way he can do good without being hunted down is being in the Marines. But he knows that this is bullshit. So I look at Smoker and I'm like, it's kind of similar to Garp, but he's less oblivious. You know? Like, Garp truly turns a bit of a blind eye. Smoker does not. But it's like, I need Smoker to do something. Like, I need him to act. Please, I need him to act. Smoker, why are you still here? Why are you still here? Anyway, but that's all I have to say, really, about this chapter, that it's incredible that we are seeing Rox being recontextualized in real time, because he is. He is. So many people, there are still people that still believe Rox is not a chill guy. They still think Rox is definitely this evil mastermind devil. And for all I know, look, maybe he is, but at this point in time, I'm not convinced. I'm now convinced that Rox really is just a man trying to create an age of freedom. I do think that's what he wants, right? I do think that's what he wants to do. When Shirahoshi was being enslaved by the Celestial Dragons, Garp was nowhere to be found when he was supposed to take care of her. And who was the one speaking up? Vivi, bitch! Vivi was the one yelling, how the fuck can any of you stand here and let this happen? That's my girl! And then she talked to Lucci after that and said, you are fucking pigs. Oh my god! Vivi, my fucking goat. I love her. Oh, I love the way she fucking talked down to Lucci like, you are a fuckhead. Oh my god, I love Vivi. I just love Vivi. I love Vivi. Fuck, I need to get a Vivi tattoo. I just love her. I just love her. I love her so much. Anyway. Okay. I have nothing else to add. Not to this, anyway. This was a really good chapter, and a really, really good chapter for showing the Rox pirates. I really like them. Like, I really, really, really like them. I like their dynamics. I don't fucking care about Shakky, but I'm really enjoying Whitebeard and Stussy and Gloriosa and Kaido and Big Mom. I'm really, really, really enjoying their dynamics. They're just fun. They're just a really, really messed up group, right? They're just really, really fun. And little baby Katakuri, who's cracking me the fuck up. Why does he look like that? Why does he look like that? Oh my god. He's so funny looking. He does look like a Labubu. The way he's standing there is cracking me the fuck up. Aura farming from the time he was a homunculus. Oh my god, that's so funny. And Gloriosa. I don't expect you to understand the agony of true love with the way you crank out babies like popcorn. Ah. 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 Oh my god, that is so satisfying to hear after the shit of like some like the shit that I had to read on fucking twitter.com because of the one tweet I made that was like, I personally just would like One Piece to end without Nami having like giving birth, right? And how many men specifically got really mad about that. And now we have Gloriosa saying, with the way you crank out babies like popcorn. I just keep winning. I'm telling you, I just keep winning. But oh god, that's so satisfying. That is so satisfying. But of course, the biggest thing here is Shakky. I just can't figure it out. There's nothing I can say about Shakky right now because there's definitely more to this. Like, I don't want to, like, because I'll be honest with you guys, I also don't like the idea of women get kidnapped, right? I don't like that idea, but I also know Oda doesn't like that idea because he's talked about that before. And he's talked about how he doesn't like that, which is why I'm looking at this and I'm like, there's got to be more to it than this. I don't want to judge anything now because these are all speculations that I'm just making up. So I don't want to make up anything now and I don't want to judge anything now simply because I don't know the full story yet. I don't know the full story. I don't know what Shakky's up to. Right? So, also, hang on. I gotta add someone saying, Nami loves children, she will have some. I'm fine with her having kids, but it makes more sense to me that she adopts them. Like, this is what I don't understand. It makes a million times more sense to me that she adopts children that are not fortunate. Because that was her. And that was her situation, correct? The reason Nami loves kids is because of what Bellemere did for her. Because Bellemere was so kind and so willing to look after these two girls that she didn't even know, right? They weren't even blood related to her. That Nami has never forgotten about that. And when she sees children who are hurt or in strife or are less fortunate, this is not a natural mothering instinct she has. This is, Bellemere did this for me. The most or least I can do is help other children as well. That's literally why Nami is the way she is towards children. That's why she likes to look after them and take care of them. Like the children in Punk Hazard. Because that's what Bellemere did for her. Right? Like it really peeves me when people talk about Nami's love for children on a level of, well, woman wants kids. And it's like, that is not the reason why. Nami has a very clear reason for why she wants to help kids. And it's because she had a mother who sacrificed everything to save her and look after her, even though they weren't even blood related. And now she expands on Bellemere's will, and she helps children who are less fortunate in the same way Bellemere helped her. Yes? And that's why when I talk about Nami like that, I'm like, I'm not denying that she clearly cares about children. I just would much, much rather Nami have a story of looking after less fortunate children, right? I would much rather she have a story of looking after less fortunate children and helping less fortunate children and saving less fortunate children. Because god fucking damn does One Piece need that. God damn does One Piece need that, you know? So that's why, like, I am not against Nami with kids. I just think it makes so much more sense for her to adopt and look after children who don't have a home, and she can make a home for them. It just makes a lot more sense to me. Anyways, when it comes to Shakky, like I said, I don't like the whole woman get kidnapped, woman be useless type of plot line, right? But the reason, again, I'm not judging this yet is because I'm making up assumptions about Shakky right now. So I don't think that's the case because, as I've said, Shakky is incredibly capable. She's an incredibly capable and powerful pirate. We know this, right? So it just doesn't make sense that she just gets kidnapped. So I'm truly waiting for the other shoe to drop and to see what could happen, because I do think she's up to something. I think she's up to something, and I think we're gonna find out what later. I just don't know what. But it's really funny that Rox and Whitebeard both got the heart eyes, and the reason that's funny is because of how many people got mad at Roger for that happening in the last chapter, and now Whitebeard and Rox are doing it too. Like, it's not that serious. It's not that serious, guys. It's just not that serious. What? God, men can't just show affection towards women anymore. Ugh. What world do we live in, guys? Man, what world do we live in? Men can't even like women anymore. What is happening? I don't get the rules. I don't get the rules. I just don't get the rules. Oh, shucks. You know, I just don't get it. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done, and I've got nothing else to add. This was a really good chapter and a really fun chapter. And we've got 2 weeks until the next chapter. Oh, and before, real quick, the reason there's been no chapter review videos lately is because I've been very, 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 very busy to keep you guys up to date with what's happening. I'm currently apartment hunting because I have to move out of this place by the end of this year, early next year. And it is a very long, stressful process. And I can barely keep up with even making my video essays, right? Like, I can barely even keep up with that. So the reason there's been no chapter review videos is because I simply have not been able to keep up with it because of real life things. I'm just not in a very stable situation right now to be able to do that. So I know it's frustrating and I know it's upsetting, but I want to get back to it too. Don't get me wrong. I want to get right back to making like my usual content, my video essays on top of my chapter reviews. I just haven't been able to because it's been very stressful. So once this process is done, and I don't know when that's going to be, I'm sorry, I can finally get back to my normal shenanigans. Okay, it's been a pain in the ass, but hopefully eventually I'm gonna get there. So just wait it out with me, and I can get back to making chapter review videos. I'm sorry, I know it's annoying, but I'll try my best to preserve this when I move. By the way, my pink curtains and my sparkly lights and my bed and everything, I'll do my best, but of course we'll see what happens. Okay, I've got nothing else to add. Nothing else to add, just sort of that you guys know what's going on, and I'm gonna get in my box. Okay, thank you everyone. I super appreciate it. I always appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting with me. These manga reading videos always streams always get so many people join, so many people talk, and I'm sorry I can't respond to everyone, but I really appreciate it every time. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow because I will be editing tomorrow. Okay, all right, bye bye. I'll be in my box. Bye.